All right. Hi, Nancy.
Hi,
Hi.
lady. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. I'm good. You look great, by the way. You look fresh.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you. And we both have backgrounds that are very attractive. Um,
Yes.
Nancy's background is a batik, but that's like looks like a proper batik cloth. It's not a picture. So,
No, it's my batik.
yeah, and then that looks very good. The color is very good. And behind me is also batik. So I think it's pretty clear now what we're going to discuss. We talk about something that I really love personally. It's about fashion, but more importantly, it's about batik, which is a masterpiece that all Indonesians, I think, are very proud about. It's a part of our rich heritage. And Nancy here is, of course, she's my friend, but she's also an entrepreneur, a fantastic one. She's a co-founder and CEO of Batik Fractal. Nancy Margried is here to discuss with me about the uniqueness of Batik Fractal. Uh, because Nancy, you may agree with me, you may not, but I think a lot of people when they hear the word batik, what they imagine is people, the artisan or a batik maker with liquid wax drawing on the cloth,
Yes.
right? It's such an art that not many people maybe master that these days, and that is actually supposed to and need to be preserved. But you come up with an innovation with Batik Fractal to combine that old tradition with technology with
Yes, I do.
so using now software to produce batik cloth.
Batik.
That is very interesting, and that is I think what makes me very curious about your company, and then just how you make and spread this idea and turn it into a viable business. So that is my first question. Can you tell me what is the idea behind or the mission and the philosophy behind Batik Fractal really?
Thank you. First of all, thank you, lady, for having me. And thank you for this flashy, great introduction. I was already like, no pressure at all because you're mentioning this and that, but okay, let's get to it. Batik Fractal is basically was an idea of me and my other two friends. We were at that time like messing around with technology, and one of my friends, Lucky, was doing his thesis for architecture, and
Mm,
then his thesis at that time is around architecture and math,
mhm,
and then he's creating a design, a building design using fractal mathematics.
mm,
And
mm.
then the other partner just helping him with this research. And then here I come, during our conversation when Luki was uh, just trying this fractal algorithm to
Oh,
create
okay.
some images,
Yes.
because fractal is actually an algorithm. It is a mathematical branch that you can
Oh,
just Google
wow.
about. So it's
Okay. That's
really
very cool.
about yes, it's really about mathematical, and it's a phenomenon in the nature. So
Yes.
so what we are doing is, what at that time Luki was creating these images using this algorithm in this specific
Mhm,
mathematical software,
mhm.
and then he's creating organic images like flowers, and then birds and editing. And I was like looking at his screen, and wow, it looks like batik.
Okay.
And then it's just come up that idea, and then we are looking at each other, and then we're saying maybe this algorithm could create batik pattern. And
Hmm.
then we follow it up. Okay, can you create more images? And
Yes.
then he created more images, and then we just like, oh, this is interesting. So
Wow.
we followed up this idea, started talking to some experts, some mathematical experts, some batik ornament experts. We are connecting to ITB at that time because these two boys are they were graduating from ITB. Yeah, they went there. And then we are connecting, and then we are discussing this idea, we're just brainstorming, and then we come up with a conclusion at that time, hypothesis, if you may say, that actually this mathematical algorithm, which based on iteration, which is like, you know, something that can create repetitive images based on the main image, is very similar with batik pattern. It's very similar with batik behavior. So from the scientific perspective, we can see like, wow, this is very fractal. And then we started creating, okay, maybe we can do some, you know, scientific research about this. So we come up with that, and we keep continue, one thing leads to another. We have this abstract hypothesis about this research, and then we just send it to one international conference in Italy, and we got accepted. The paper got accepted. Wow. And then, yeah, one of us went to Italy to present the paper, and it's suddenly like, oh, it's a thing, because because now it's scientifically proven. Yes. So yeah, then start from that, me as a, you know, because I have this entrepreneurial spirit inside of me, I think always, then I see like, oh, this can be something that can create a lot more than just a scientific paper. Yes. So I'm saying to my friends, like, what about if we create this this idea into a software, the specific software, to be able to create a specific batik pattern, and then we try it to batik artisans. So at first, of course, we have faced a lot of rejection, a lot of just until now, I think, still barrier. And then we face prejudice, and then it's a lot of difficulties. But also we see how, we believe how technology could help the artisans and ease the burden, and then could help bring this tradition to the 21st century era, to the younger generation. So absolutely, yes. So what we are doing is, we're not necessarily take over the production of batik, but we are easing some way, we are making it effective and efficient in creating a new design based on the traditional old design, so batik could get to the new market. Yeah. And then at first we are working with the older generation artisans, but because we're talking about computer and technology, when we are having a discussion with them, they bring their children. So they bring their children, and then we're very happy, because these children, these kids, this teenager that they bring with them will be the next generation of batik artisan. So that's where we are like really we are really entering the, we are really cracking the barrier a little bit. I'm beginning to see why this can be crucial to preserve the tradition of batik making, because, you know, maybe younger people find it more compelling when it comes to them in the format of, oh, there's a software, it is on their computer, they can access it through laptop. They just find it more compelling to learn about it. I mean, did you observe that? Absolutely, that's what we are after. Economic wise now, if when you go to the artisans that you work with, what was the difference? Maybe let's say before they understand that there is a software that can help them, before they use it, and then now they sort of adapt the, you know, your innovation. Can you tell me, like, what from their stories, all of this? Yes. What is the difference? The advantage. All right. Yes. So what can this is what happened in batik workshop, the traditional batik workshop. When they create batik, the most traditional one will just create batik on top of the piece of fabric. Yes, cloth.
Yeah.
They just create this. That's it, and then they produce it. That's it. Everything is in their mind, right? And then it's like culture or folklore. It's everything is in their mind, right? What we are doing is, and then you move forward to some smallholder designer. Then you create it in the paper. You create it in the paper, and after that you can store it. That's your design database in the paper.
Yeah.
But then it get lost because how people store papers everywhere. Then
we lost paper all the time.
Yeah, all the time. We lost paper all the time. What we helping them to do is to create a design database that can be transferred from generation to generation. It will help their business, because you need to move on from the art. Crafts is actually the intersection between art and industry. So if you want to create a sustainable business, you need to move from one of a kind product into more industrious. So by using this database, you can reproduce your pattern. You can create in more than one pieces.
Large
scale.
Yeah.
Large scale. So you are able to scale up your business.
Yes.
And this database, using the software, can be made into a lot of variation. Like if you have the modeling, like this, you can create this, make it a little bit bigger, make it a little bit smaller, and then create in a lot of different color, a lot of variation of. So that's how this software works. It can create a lot of variation from one main pattern.
Yeah, production wise, this save a lot of money. I'm guessing.
It save a lot of money. Yes, it save a lot of money.
Yes. And when I look at your website, your company's website, Nancy, there are multiple services that you offer and products. And there's one page just talk about the patterns or the motifs, and they're like almost 100 patterned, or more than 100 pattern motif that are, including this one that I so like, that I put it as a background. And then there's a name of each pattern. A lot of them traditional patterns that we already know. And the artisan that you work with, that is now almost or around 3,000 artisans that work with you and use jBatik software, right? I mean, they use the software to do their business. So business-wise, what is the model here? I mean, like, is it profit sharing? Like you train them and then you also market the batik that they produce, or how the business model here?
The business model for Batik Fractal, we have two things that bring us revenue stream. Firstly, the product, and then secondly, the software that usually pair up with the training service. Because if we're dealing with batik artisans, they need the training service. You can do it too. We have like modules and manuals for you to operate the software. But for public, you can just click jbatik.com. But most of the time, you will need training. So we already have, already have like, okay, this is basic software that will create something based on the library that we prepare. And then we will have it with basic training. We only take you for like 3 hours, then you can operate it. Or you want to go deeper and then, create something more, sophisticated out of the pattern that is like never made before. So we have these two. And then about the product, we work with the batik artisans to produce the product. and then so we don't have our own production facility.
Yeah.
We work together with them, we partner up with them to create our products, and then we pay fully or not, or even it's not profit sharing. Usually we just pay them in full, because you cannot just make profit sharing for batik artisan. It's not the right model for them. You need to pay them in full.
Okay.
So because one of the problems with batik artisans is they don't have alternative access to market. They can only sell they can only sell their product in the area. Like the Jogja batik artisan can sell in Jogja or but in Pasar Beringharjo, but they cannot really sell to, let's say, Jakarta or other part, because they don't have the network. So we come and then we can give them the access to market, either with their own design production, or what we have, we design in our with in-house designer, and then we create products. We create a specific design. We give them to produce, and then we sell it. So so we bring the revenue stream for them through our business model, through our network. So that's what we are doing right now.
Wow! So you also bring the market closer to them, right?
Yes.
To these artisans, they usually live outside Jakarta, right? They
usually yes.
Provinces and let's say Java, maybe Central Java, I'm assuming, or Yogyakarta, maybe that's sort of the center.
Yes.
A lot of where batik makers are.
Yes.
And what about getting this into education system? Because the reason I asked that, because there's a software that, as you said, accessible to people who want to learn, even though they don't see themselves maybe drawing with their hands.
Yes.
A lot of people don't have that gift, including myself. Is there any, or maybe there has been effort to integrate this into like maybe school activities, maybe even education curriculum? Is there any?
Yes, we've been working with some of the universities in Indonesia, because some of the universities, they have the art faculty where they have the textile major, and then they learn about batik. So we bring this to them, and then it become curriculum. At this moment, we are in the process of signing contract with the Dinas Pendidikan and Kebudayaan of
Indonesian Ministry of Education and Culture, is that?
Yes, Education and Culture for the Banten province, to be able to bring this software for the high school and vocational school in Banten province. We are very happy because I think for the last maybe 3-4 years, we have, local content, muatan local content that needs mandatory to be adopted in every school in Indonesia. And this software is starting to get being welcomed by the educational institution to to adopt it into the curriculum, especially since the minister now is very tech-minded, so they need to catch it. Yes.
He basically is a tech entrepreneur.
Exactly. So
current minister.
Yeah.
So this is so appealing to our current Minister of Education.
Yes. Might sound far. It's probably some people say it's too far-fetched, but for us, it is not, because technology is around us. It just never brought to a traditional area. So the skill of batik is there. The knowledge of technology is starting to get into the batik artisan. just to connect this together.
So for those people who are interested now, so there are several things that people can be interested. They can buy the product, of course. Buy the, I mean, like we have a showcase here, 2 showcase of the pattern. This is very nice.
Yes.
But there's a lot of nice batik motifs, batik cloth that you can find in Batik Fractal website. People who are interested to buy the products, what they can do, where they should go. For people who are interested to learn the software. So can you share with and all of us, you know, what we should do?
Yes, for you who's interested on our work, of course, you can just go to batikfractal.com, and then, but very easy to connect with us in through our Instagram, Batik Fractal. And if you want to buy our existing ready-to-wear products, you can just go to our website, or better, just try to find out in some e-commerce platform, Tokopedia and Shopee, and then, or you can just get the information on our Instagram. And if you want to learn how to use the software, you can visit our website and click the technology there. And we have a WhatsApp number that you can just you know, contact. We have a special admin to handle that. Yeah, you can do that. And then our specialty actually to create a customized batik pattern. So if you want a customized batik pattern, then you can just contact us, because that's because we have a software that can create specific batik pattern that has no what is it, you cannot find in the market. It's basically made to you. And then if your organization or your company wants to create specific batik pattern that we are already done for a lot of organization like Twitter, Google, Facebook, some of the high-tech companies, you can just call us, and then we can create it for you.
Once again, thank you, Nancy. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Lady, for giving me this platform.
And since we are close to Kartini Day, so I think you're one example of Indonesian woman who is so modern, but at the same time, very Indonesian, because
thank you.
You know, the work that you do really says that. Happy Kartini Day to you.
Happy Kartini too.
Bye-bye, Nancy. Talk to you later.
Thank you so much, Lady. Bye.
Yeah.